Good day, everybody. This is Michael Levitis from JurisQ.com, a legal network. And I have here our frequent guest, an attorney that does construction accidents law, that sues insurance companies, employers, when things go south at a workplace, at a work site. Matthew Sullivan from the firm of Gregory, Spektor and Associates. Matthew, welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Matthew, I always like to bring you in whenever there are new developments in the law in our state, in New York State. And I read up recently, there's going to be a big change that has to do with constructions, has to do with construction safety. And our governor has on her desk right now a bill, a law called safety law, New York State safety law, which will deal with construction sites and so on. So I want to talk to you from your standpoint as an attorney that does this for a living, does construction accidents prosecution, if you will. What have you seen in that new law? How can it protect people, workers that are in the construction industry?
The law in New York requires construction site owners, construction managers, and your employer to provide you safety equipment to make sure you have a safe place to work. Unfortunately, all too often, those entities, the site owner, the construction manager, the subcontractors, cut corners. And they cut corners because they want to save money, or maybe they just aren't skilled enough to provide a safe working condition. The law that is presently before the governor's desk was named after a gentleman and inspired by an individual who was killed on a construction site in a trench collapse. Tragic, but unfortunately all too common. This law will provide for criminal penalties to those people, those entities who are supposed to be looking out for you, who are supposed to be looking out for the worker. And it will expose them to criminal penalties in terms of money, in terms of potential jail time, if they have flagrant safety violations. The scaffolds aren't up to code, the trench isn't properly braced or maintained, any sort of violation that may endanger workers. So we're optimistic that the law will be passed and will be signed by the governor any day, and hopefully provide another layer of protection to these construction workers who, as you know, perform some of the most dangerous work in the city.
Yeah. Matthew, this is certainly going to be good news for workers in the construction industry. I want to ask from your standpoint as an attorney that helps people get monetary awards if they were hurt at a job. This law, would it in any way help to get extra award or prove their case when you go to trial to sue for their injuries?
The law can help tremendously and interplays rather closely with the civil case. For example, whenever there's a criminal investigation, the state or the other law enforcement agency will interview witnesses, will take pictures, will perform a thorough investigation to get all of the facts necessary to further that criminal investigation. We can then use that in our civil lawsuit, and we do that all the time here at Gregory, Spektor and Associates whenever OSHA comes in and does an investigation. Secondly, if the employer or the construction site owner or the construction site manager is found to be criminally liable, then we can perhaps go after what's called punitive damages.
Okay, and what is that?
We've talked previously about how to compensate injured workers, and normally they are compensated for their pain and suffering, their lost wages, and their medical treatment. One additional element of damages that we can prove to a jury is called punitive damages. And that means that the jury will punish the defendant in terms of money. We'll add an extra monetary value, monetary award to our client's recovery. And this potential criminal liability that could be proven as against the general contractor or construction site owner or the employer would provide us a basis to go after punitive damages in a civil case.
That's great. Look, the more tools you have in your arsenal to go after the guilty parties, the better. So we really appreciate your time. We hope this law is going to pass and you'll be able to use it for your clients. If anybody has questions on their particular case, something happened to you at a work site, at a construction site, you got injured, God forbid you have a loved one that perhaps was even killed at a job site, don't hesitate to reach out to Matthew Sullivan at Gregory, Spektor Associates. We're going to have the phone number of Gregory on the bottom of the screen. Gregory, Spektor Associates. Please reach out for free consultation. Matthew, thank you so much for your time. And you bet I'm going to pull you in next time. Anything new happens in the arena of construction accident swap.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. Take care.